It's the holiday season approaching, which means more people will be staying in and streaming their favorite movies and TV shows. However, there's some exciting releases coming out in theaters over the next few weeks, which might help the domestic box office. It took a big hit this past year. Joining us right now to discuss what people are watching at the movies or streaming at home this holiday season is Rich Greenfield, LightShed Partners co-founder. Good morning to you, Rich.
Thanks for having me.
I just saw Dune, but it's now off. It's off the service. And I also just saw what's coming out on Netflix, which, by the way, is amazing, called Don't Look Up, which is one of these Adam McKay movies with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. But what are you thinking is about to happen here? Are we gonna see people back in theaters?
I mean, look, people are going back to theaters, Andrew, but it's slow. I mean, I think the pandemic permanently changed behavior. Not that we're, look, as long as kids want to get away from their parents and parents want to get away from their kids, there'll be a movie theater industry. It's just going to be smaller. I mean, you look at this weekend, the movies, there's 3 movies coming out: Resident Evil, House of Gucci, Encanto from Disney. None of the films has big buzz. The big buzz, I mean, there's more buzz around Tiger King 2 and Arcane on Netflix than any of those 3 movies that I just mentioned. And Red Notice on Netflix is by far and away the biggest global movie this year. And it didn't really, it was released in a few theaters worldwide, but it was not something you went to a theater to see. I just think you're seeing a fundamental shift in consumer behavior.
So if we're really seeing the shift and you think that this is the inflection point, I don't know if this is the moment, how does the model fundamentally change and does it come undone?
Well, look, you've got a whole bunch of executives, traditional media companies, whether it's your parent company, whether it's Disney with Bob Chapek, like everybody is sort of trying to figure out what the right model is. You keep hearing the word flexibility and we're adjusting. Like Boss Baby was released directly into streaming as, meaning on Peacock, as well as being in theaters. You look at something like Paw Patrol, which was a huge driver for Paramount Plus. Each of these studios is trying to figure out what to do because you can't get the box office dollars. I mean, 3 straight Marvel films, Andrew, all sub $500 million of global box office. I mean, these are, relative to the last few years, these are terrible numbers that are like nowhere even close to what they used to be. So all of these studios are rejiggering. I mean, you think about something like Sing 2, probably going to be one of the bigger movies of this year, released very, towards the end of this calendar year, but it's not going to be on streaming. They're going to try to put it into theaters exclusively for, 30 plus days. Feels like a mistake to miss the holiday season where that could be something that is really a huge driver of Peacock. And so the answer to your question is all of these companies are trying to figure out how important is that movie theater business versus how important is our streaming future.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.